Welcome to the latest midweek car competition judging video here at BOTB. We'll now hand over to the lawyer from Onside Law who'll oversee the proceedings.
My name is Gareth Atkins from Onside Law and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that competition data has already been sent to the auditing company Azets. I would now like today's judges to introduce themselves and using the secure link provided, mark on the screen where they think the centre of the ball should be. The group will then come to a final panel decision.
Good morning, my name is Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer.
My name is Chloe Morgan and I'm goalkeeper for Crystal Palace Women.
My name's Liam Walsh. I'm a retired referee, currently an FA observer and head coach for the Middlesex Referees Academy.
Good morning. My name's Andy Braithwaite and I'm a football referee, mentor and licensed observer.
Good morning, my name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional football player. I've played for Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle and Fulham.
Good morning, my name is Leo Donnellan. I'm an ex-professional football player, having been with Chelsea, Fulham and Leyton Orient.
Good morning, my name's Peter Giorgio and I am a futsal and football referee.
My name's Roger Wheeler. I'm a referee and I have been refereeing and lining for more than 30 years.
Good morning, my name's Hugh Gilroy. I'm a referee, a mentor, tutor and observer.
Hi, my name's Renee Hector. I play football for Watford FC Women and I'm a coach for Tottenham Hotspur Foundation.
Judges, please now come to a final panel decision. For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 10 individual selections.
Thank you very much, Gareth. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
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 So I think if we go with purple and black this morning, it should be nice and straightforward, hopefully. So we've got 4 players in shot, 1 player's in the air, I think looking up towards the ball, ready to head it, just ready to pull his arms back. And the player next to him looks like he's been sort of muscled off the ball, either by the number 6 with his back to us or possibly even by the guy in the air, and he's got his hand in a bit of a compromising position where he's sort of working out where he is. He's not looking at the ball at all. And the number 6, again, he's looking up towards the ball. And the player in the background is looking at the ball and the general play. I think it's more, to my mind, looking at the general play. But let me draw some lines up. We've got a fairly tight cluster up from this one guy's eye. You can't really see his pupil, but, you know, I think we're probably all in an agreement of what he's going to be doing, although I may be, of course, wrong about that. And then from this player who's just looking up, we've got Chloe's ever slightly at the top and myself at the bottom. With Alain just above me. So first, Liam, you're the yellow cross there, highlighted in the midst of it all. If I come to you first and get your opinion about what's happened. There you are.
Lovely. Good morning, Matt. Thanks.
Morning.
Yeah, as you described, very simple picture. Firstly, the 2 guys in the black kit, I didn't take anything from them at all, even in the guy in the distance, because I felt he was just looking at the players more so than the ball.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion. But then we work our way round to the 2 guys in purple. The guy jumping, again, worked on, we've got one eye, and I looked at his eye line. I felt his body shape, his arms, and the fact that his neck is scrunched. The ball it's there, it's quite imminent. And regarding the other guy on the ground, number 6, again, we had one eye, and it just gave me what I felt. I looked at his eye line again and his head angle. I just felt he was sort of like looking slightly back at the ball.
Yeah.
Kept it simple because we had little evidence, really. We just had the two eyes from two players, and I just kept it simple this morning.
No, great. Thank you very much. And I will go now to you, Rennie. You're just next to Liam. There's your pink cross. You're just below. And then if I go and highlight you, you can see Liam's just above. Did you see the same in the picture or anything different?
Yeah, pretty much is the exact same as Liam. I didn't take anything from the players in black. I agree. The player in the distance is just looking at the general play, and his eyes are quite blurred, so I didn't take anything from him. Yeah, similarly, I think that the ball was relatively imminent. I think the guy who's about to head the ball, obviously his neck is scrunched, but I didn't feel like the ball was too high because actually, if you look at his eyes, there's not masses of white underneath. So I felt like he was looking pretty much the same angle as what his head was tilted back. And yeah, that's it really. Obviously, just took the height from the number 6 and came to where my cross is.
Great, thank you. Now, Leo, I'll come to you. And how did you come to your choice? There's your purple cross in the middle of everything. If I go and find you on there you go. How did you see it?
Yeah, very similar to the other judges there, Matt. I think the number 6, yeah, he's just looking behind him. I think he's looking fairly flat with his eye line. And the player that's going to head the ball, Matt, I took a little bit from his elbows because I just think they're kind of tucked in. So, you know, he's very comfortable. He's going to head the ball. I think it is imminent. And yeah, I always say this, you use your forehead to head the ball. So
yeah,
I judge the height from that.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Andy, you're the dark blue choice there. You're magnified there. You're just to the left of everybody's, just ever so slightly. There you are, magnified. How did you come to your conclusion on this? And
thanks, Matt. The only thing I will add to my colleague so far is that his forehead, his brow was a little bit furrowed. So I just felt he's just looking at tiny bit sharper upwards, but basically it's much the same as everybody else. The guy in number 6, his eye line for me is bang on that. And yeah, the guy's about to head the ball.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Peter, you're the light blue cross. There you are, just getting the below the calculated average, as we say. How did you see this?
Yeah, very similar to the rest of the colleagues there. Again, taking just the 2 players in the blue purple, like color wise, and the same as Leo, I've taken the height of the ball from the action of his elbow. I think he's got a little bit more to push up into the ball, so he's almost at the top of his jump, just a little bit more. So, and with regards to the distance from his head, I've taken it from number 6, looking up at that angle. So, cross-reference those 2 eye lines for my centre of the ball.
Thank you very much, Peter. Roger, you're the pink cross there, just at the bottom of the main cluster in the middle. There you are, highlighted. How did you come to your choice?
Well, I have to agree with pretty much everything that's been said. I thought the guy in the air was very close to heading the ball. That's all he's concentrating on. As you mentioned, he may have given a helping hand to the number 10, but that would have been as he's sort of going through the ball. And I think the 6 is giving more of a helping hand, and he's sort of keeping an eye on the ball at an angle. And like everybody else, the fellow in the background, although he's got the best panoramic view, yeah, I think he's sort of looking at more general player combination of the ball and what's going on in front of him with the 6 and the 10. So I just felt the guy in the air was very close to heading the ball pretty much at the top of his jump.
Yeah, thank you. And Alain, you're the orange cross there. You're just to the left of my own choice. I think I thought it was fairly imminent, the header. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think, the impact is imminent. I agree with what's been said. I think, and we all agree that, the ball is in this tight band, looking from the play on the left. I thought the number 6 was looking maybe a bit lower compared to my colleagues. And what I would like to add also, when you look at number 10, he looks like he's curling his back. So I think he's anticipating the play on the left, to fall down on him, basically. So I think the impact is imminent, and then, the play on the left will land on the number 10.
Lovely. Thank you very much. And then we'll go to the two choices at the top. There's you here, Hugh, there. You're the light green cross. How did you come to your conclusion that you are highlighted?
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, the player in purple for me is going to head it. I think Leo said it. He's going to meet it with his forehead. So for me, it needs to be up at that sort of angle. And I just felt, given that his arms weren't pulled back yet and he hadn't moved his head forwards to meet it yet, there was still a little bit of distance, not that much, but a little bit of distance to go before he obviously meets the ball. But I do think he's almost at the top of his jump, especially when you compare it to the number 10 who's making contact with him. So he's obviously close by.
Yeah.
So yeah, just for me, I think he was looking up using kind of his head position, and the fact that it's wrinkled at the back of his neck. I used that sort of line and his body position to judge that it's just a little bit further away before he meets it with his head.
Yeah, fine. Thank you very much. And lastly, Chloe, you're the top there. There's the dark green cross. I'll put the highlighter over yours. How did you see what was happening?
Yeah, very similarly to the majority of the judges, and I think the purple player is just about to head the ball. Again, I took the sort of a very similar eye line to the judges, but my cross just slightly further away. I think I do agree that the ball is about to be played imminently, but I think it just maybe a split second longer than the other judges, just due to the fact that his eyes are still sort of quite wide open. I think if the ball was literally just about to be played or to be headed, I think you'd start to see maybe the eyes starting to shut in anticipation of the impact. And I think also just taking the eye line of the number 6 on the floor, I think his head is quite steeply twisted up to the left, which sort of gave me a bit of a higher angle with the flight of the ball coming down.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. So we're all in agreement about what's happening in the shot, which is good. If I place the magnifier over the top of the calculated average, we can just see the bottom of one of my little bits popping out and a little bit more of Chloe's. If I remove my own, the average goes up and Chloe's is still a little bit out the top. And if I then go the other way and remove Chloe's, the magnifier comfortably encompasses all of us. So obviously it does move it a little bit, but it's, as I said before, it's enough. There's quite a lot of pixels it moves down to. So I'm going to ask a panel vote whether that we keep everybody in, i.e. Chloe as well, or that we remove Chloe, which does bring the calculated average down into a tighter cluster with all of our other choices encompassed within the magnifier. So I'm in favor of that just because of how we've judged it before. It's not casting aspersions about whether the ball is that high up, and I think everybody's reasons are valid for that. Chloe, you don't get a vote in this because of we're voting about yours. Liam, and obviously please add anything else in your thoughts about whether that's right or wrong, or anything else you can think of. So Liam.
Okay, I'm going to vote for Chloe to remain, please, Matt. And
Yep.
The reasons I'm going to give are that it keeps the average up higher, which I think slightly higher, which I think the ball is. I could alternatively say that I think some of the judges are too low. I like the position of her cross, and I think you've got there's an argument, and you said it yourself there. What you referred to it is that yourself and Chloe are just poking out. So it could be either one could go or both could go. But in this instant, I'm going to say for both to stay, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll clarify what I said was that when I removed Chloe's, we're all encompassed. And then when I remove my own, as you see, we're still having people that are slightly popping out on the top. So that was my logical thought process of it all. So
absolutely spot on. Fully accept what you're saying, boss. No problem at all.
Oh no, I just clarifying.
Okay.
No, absolutely, it is a panel decision. It's not me trying to swerve in any direction.
No. I just feel that it's higher. And if you, just a quick one. If you look at a line through from the guy heading the ball through the average, you've actually got sort of six. There's six. I think you can count sort of like 6 crosses or above that line, and I just feel the ball's a little bit higher. And
no, fair enough.
That's
it. And as you said, it's closer to your own choice, which is a logical step as well. Thank you. Andy?
Mirroring actually what Liam just said there perfectly. I would keep it in, but I would personally take your one out because I just don't feel it's that low. Personally.
That's fair enough. Yeah, well, that's myself and Alain.
That's another.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Alain.
Yeah, I would keep everyone. I think it works well. I think we've got 5 crosses above the average, 5 under, and I think it works well.
Great, thank you, Leo.
I would keep Chloe in and take yourself out, Matt.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter.
Chloe in.
Yeah, thank you, Roger.
Everybody in, Matt. I think it would be splitting hairs, as they say.
Yeah, that's fine. Hugh?
Yeah, Chloe in. It's near to mine, but also I think we've kind of got you and Alain lower and me and Chloe higher. So I don't think it's right to take one out.
Thank you. And lastly, Renee.
I think even though with Chloe removed, it brings the cross closer to my own. I think that, to me, in my opinion, Chloe's cross makes more sense than maybe some of the lower ones. So I would keep her in.
No, fair enough. And I'll go back to, as Leo said, he would remove mine. One of the reasons I'm not going to have a vote on mine or indeed Alain's is because we're basically in line together. We're next to each other on the same plane, whereas Chloe's is above Hugh's. So that's the logic behind it all. And as I said, if we go and put the magnifier over the cross here, as you see, there's a tiny bit of mine popping out and a little bit more of Chloe's. But again, that could be argued to be a balance. And I think the calculated average is a good one. Okay, so Gareth, after a panel vote, we decided to judge at the average shown with all 10 of our choices still in. So there we are.
Thank you, Matt. If you're all happy, then please click submit. Thank you, judges. The coordinates selected are 1302,664. These coordinates will now be passed to the auditing company AZETS to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.